landmine that anyone is laying for us. The truth is, without Mr. President, there won't be any His Excellency Timnala Fubara. It would have been former governor. Our only thank you to Mr. President is to support it. Now that our position has been made clear, every other formal process will commence. We are the ones that will give that support.
Meanwhile, the National Police Secretary of the PDP, Ini Ememobong, says the governor's defection has been long expected, even though the timing was unclear. Speaking with our correspondent, he says the situation is a mix of pity and concern for Governor Fubara.
Ruling party institution using every trick in and out of the book to constrict the political space, where individuals are now bigger, stronger than nations and even government. To the extent that the apparatus of federal government can be deployed to bring the opponents to their knee and make them prostrate. So for us in the People's Democratic Party, well, it's a nominal loss. But even though in Fubara's case is what the Bible says, when the foundation is weak, what can the righteous do? The foundation of that political structure was very weak.
Well, he also accuses the APC of doing everything to bring opponents to their knees. Now, Rivers residents also say they believe we could not infect, saying with this defection, we can no longer have a strong hold on Governor Siminalayi Fubara.
Aware of it, all is good and
I don't think he's aware. Maybe the man feels, I think it's time for me to move to this side. Because currently, I think they are having one issue or the other.
See, let me tell you, as far as this man has defected now to APC, Wike has no power on him again. So he's man of Tinubu. He is going to work hand in hand with Tinubu now.
Well, we're not done with the defection story. A professor of public law at Rivers State University, Richard Nwokocha, has also lent his voice. Speaking on Channels Television, Professor Nwokocha said the governor merely spoke for himself and his supporters, just as the lawmakers who defected earlier did. He added that Fubara's choice of words reflected a personal political decision. He described the action as a fresh opportunity for the state's political landscape, noting that many politicians aligned with the governor are already celebrating, believing the move offers them greater protection and advantage.
This should signify a new opportunity for peace and unity in Rivers State, because at the moment it means that all the segments of Rivers political theater where we have had all the drama are now aligned to one side and have allegiance to one leader, which is the president. So I want that it signifies a coming together, and we should expect less negative drama as we have seen in the past.
Also, a lawyer and activist Chatam Wala has ably criticized the planned defection, saying the move is about political survival rather than the interests of Rivers people.
Presidents and ABC government declared a state of emergency in our state, dealt with us for 6 months, and now we are now saying the governor is now, the same governor is now moving to the APC. We quite understand and quite sympathize with him that he has to do what he's doing right now because he was forced by the president. And that's why we kept criticizing the actions of Mr. President with his declaration of state of emergency, because we knew from the word go that it was never in the interest of Rivers State. It was all about the president 2027 ambition.
And just before Governor Fubara announced his defection plan, the founder of TAF Africa, Jake Emele, said the Rivers people will neither be shocked nor disappointed. According to him, the state already has individuals aligned with the APC and several other political parties.
Wherever he goes is absolutely up to him. Will Rivers people be disappointed? I don't think so. There are Rivers who are for APC. There are Rivers who are for PDP. There are Rivers who are for other political parties. Anyone and everyone has the right to make a decision for his political future. So wherever him goes is where he wants to go. His supporters who support him, that he probably would have seen, would follow him and go the direction he's going.
Well, the chairman of the African Democratic Congress and Rivers State leader, Samson, has criticized Governor Simeon Fubara for defecting to the All Progressive Congress without first consulting Rivers people. Speaking with correspondent Ifunanya Obimendukwe, he said it was not enough for the governor to meet with a few supporters and claim he had consulted them before leaving the People's Democratic Party for the APC. Samson said the move was expected, but argues that no serious Rivers person would take Governor Fubara seriously, describing him as inconsistent and indecisive. Samson further said the defection shows that many leaders in Nigeria are indecisive and unable to take clear positions on important issues. Now, he added that the development is a good opportunity for the ADC, noting that Nigerians have rejected the APC because of the hardship in the country. According to him, the defection gives the ADC a chance to reach out to Rivers people and offer a better alternative. And now, as Rivers State local government chairman mark their first 100 days in office, questions about their performance and commitment to effective governance are coming on the spotlight. Public affairs analyst Obianwa Akanwa has criticized Rivers State local government chairman for endorsing President Bola Tinubu, calling it unsolicited loyalty and accusing them of prioritizing in politics over governance. He claimed they are simply acting out the script of the FCT minister, who he alleged imposed the chairman on Rivers people.
In conjunction with the former sole administrator, if they could go ahead also to endorse the president at this time, they cannot do anything outside what the desires of the FCT minister is. They are strongly attached to the man. So whatever they do is not based on ideology. It is just based on unsolicited loyalty to the powers that be.
In a related development, human rights lawyer Cheta Mwala also faulted the 23 chairmen on their first 100 days in office, saying most have shown little seriousness in providing governance. However, he praised the HA chairman for rural electrification effort and urged him to do more, especially in tackling land grabbing issues.
Today, looking at the 100 days in office of local government, the crop of local government chairman we have, it seems to be bad, getting low every day. These are the worst set of local government chairman had. The crop of local government chairman we had that the Supreme Court removed. And those we saw some persons who were making certain efforts. But this group of leaders have local government chairman, none has really distinguished themselves.
Meanwhile, residents of Abonema in Akotoro commend their chairman, Aboye Fubara, for restoring steady electricity, boosting business, and improving the local economy.
When he came into the office, started using the vice chairman office as his own office to now renovate the main building of the council. He also do an interlock around the council. He's building the generator house again. Make sure that the council have a standard gen for the 100 in office. Make sure that the multiple finish.
As Aboya Bofora, since he came into the system, we are enjoying light. The light aspect is 100%. We all in agricultural people, we cannot come to him and say give us money. But when he gives us the light, we see joy. I know he will do more than what other people do.
Chairman, try for the lights. Tell us workers. First, we use light to do water, do our work. For the light, as I praise him.
We go on a quick break. When we return, Soyinka Malana warned Nigeria against risks of a coup involvement. To stay with us. Now, the Senate has approved President Bola Tinubu's request to send Nigerian troops to the Republic of Benin to help restore peace after last weekend's attempted coup. Senate President Godswill Akpabio announced the decision on Tuesday during plenary. Lawmakers reviewed the request as required by the Constitution and all voted in support of the deployment. Akpabio says the move is necessary because the problem in a neighboring country can affect the whole region. While reacting to this, Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka has warned against Nigeria's involvement in the recent failed coup in Benin Republic. In an interview, Professor Soyinka called it another unnecessary military entanglement next door and urged the government to focus on strengthening democratic institutions. He also stressed that instability in neighboring countries inevitably spills into Nigeria. A peace effort without first fixing internal problems. Space. Also, the Senate has called a meeting after Nigerians complained about the sharp increase in domestic flight prices. This followed a motion raised by Senator Buhari Abdul Fatai, who warned the rise in airfares could disrupt travel across the country. It says Nigerians have been complaining for months and that a white project cost between 400,000 naira and 600,000 naira, a price many people cannot afford. While other senators agreed, expressing similar concerns, Senator Orju Kalo tried to defend the airlines by saying their costs have gone up, including the price of spare parts, but many lawmakers strongly disagreed. The Senate in a youth empowerment drive covering all 23 local government areas of River State is set to begin next week with the Muonyili Foundation for Youth Empowerment and the Ahoda East Local Government Authority announcing the flag off of the Youth Reform 360 program. The event will take place on December 8th at St. Paul's School Field in Ahoda, with organizers urging members of the art and craft exhibitions, cultural and agricultural showcases, and entrepreneurship support. Beneficiaries have been directed to report to the Ahoda East Secretariat. The closing ceremony and formal empowerment are slated. Now we have a disturbing story from Imo State. A hotel and mortuary in Umuhu, Ngopala have been sealed for alleged links to kidnappers and violent crimes along the Owerri-Aba Expressway. Police say the proprietor, Stanley Morocco Oparugo, used his properties as hideout for criminals. Forensic experts found decomposed and mutilated corpses at the mortuary, raising suspicions of organ harvesting. Police Commissioner Abogi Danjuma said all accomplices will be identified and brought to justice, and anyone with information about the suspect is urged to contact the nearest police station. And in business, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and Periscope Consulting are in a fresh dispute over $42.37 billion in alleged under remittances. NPCL insists all revenues were properly accounted for, but Periscope says its audit shows major gaps. Now, the FACS subcommittee has ordered both sides to meet again for a joint reconciliation. Petroleum economist Professor Wumi Ilare called it a legacy problem and urged strict implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act. The World Bank also raised concerns, saying that NPCL remains a major source of revenue leakages, through NPCL's chief executive, Bayo Ojulari, instead fighting immediately as border clash.